Line at cbsnewstexas.com. A Collin County grand jury has now indicted Karmelo Anthony.
He is accused of killing another high school student at a track meet. The story has generated national interest, and our JD is live at the Collin County Courthouse, where he's been gathering reaction to this decision. JD.
Karen and Ken, Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis says his office has been presenting evidence for weeks to a grand jury panel here and asked that panel to return an indictment of first-degree murder on Karmelo Anthony, which they did today.
Now, we know this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond, and that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves.
Willis delivered that video statement after the indictment was handed down. A first-degree murder charge carries a 5 to 99 years or life in prison sentence if convicted. Karmelo Anthony is accused of fatally stabbing Austin Metcalf during a track meet inside a stadium where both of their Frisco ISD high school teams were participating. Anthony told police he acted in self-defense and was provoked by Metcalf during an altercation that preceded the stabbing. Anthony's attorney emphasized his plans to use that defense in a video statement released earlier today.
Self-defense is a fundamental right guaranteed every American. The law is clear. When self-defense is raised by the facts, the law puts the burden squarely on the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the citizen accused did not act in self-defense.
The father of Austin Metcalf issued a statement to us which says, "I am pleased that we are moving forward with the first-degree murder indictment. It now goes into the court system. I fully believe that justice will be served for Austin Metcalf. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but it will never bring my son back." I'm told the next step in this legal process will be assigning a judge to the case, and that could happen tomorrow when we expect to get a copy of the indictment. That judge will then decide on when to set an initial appearance for Karmelo Anthony, and that could be days, it could be weeks, it could even be months. And as far as a trial date, I'm told that could be well into 2026.
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. So Karmelo Anthony has officially been charged with first-degree murder by a Collin County grand jury on Tuesday. Karmelo was indicted for murder following the incident that took place a few weeks ago, where he was involved in an incident at a high school track meet at Frisco ISD, where he stabbed a fellow 17-year-old student by the name of Austin Metcalf, killing him instantly. This was after a brief altercation he had with the deceased Austin Metcalf. As at the time of the event, or as at the time of the incident, he was just 17 years old, and after he was arrested by the police back in early April, I think it was on April 2nd when he was arrested, his bond was initially set at $1 million, but was finally reduced to $250,000, just that. So since April 14th, he's been on house arrest, and that is basically the summary of the whole incident. But just a few days ago, we were made aware of the fact that there was a video recording that captured the entire incident that took place that day at Kai Condell Stadium. We learned that Austin Metcalf's death at the hands of Karmelo Anthony was captured on camera. There was a video recording, but for some reason, the video is not available for public viewing. I wonder why, guys. I wonder why. But anyway, some very few select people have been allowed to see the video, and we are left to rely on the descriptions and narrations from these very few people who have been allowed to view it.
Only under very strict conditions. So through open records, they will allow whoever requests it to view that video, but no recording whatsoever is allowed. On that note, we sent our IT producer Kelsey Mittauer to watch that video. She joins us now in studio to walk us through what you saw. We're going to go in order here in just a second, Kelsey, but in general terms, what did the video depict? What did you see?
It shows everything from the moments leading up to the stabbing to the medical response to then the beginning of the police investigation.
Okay, and it lasted several minutes is what they showed.
It did, about 30 minutes.
Okay, so let's start in the beginning now and talk a little bit about what you saw at the front end of that video, because you got to see the attack, the actual stabbing took place.
So it starts, I started watching about 9:53. The camera shows half of the field. So it's about from the 50-yard line on, and the tent where it happened was kind of right in front of the 50-yard line, but the camera is down here.
Okay.
It's positioned across the field, so everybody in the video, you can tell there are kids or adults, but no one's identifiable.
So a long shot is what
a long shot, yeah.
So a couple minutes in, and you actually see the altercation take place.
Yes, everything leading up to it, everyone's milling about. It seems very normal, and then right at 9:55, that's when like there's this explosive movement or action between two people under the tent, and that's when the employees in the room told me that's when the stabbing happened at 9:55.
Right, and you were talking about people kind of start to scatter at that moment. Obviously, something went wrong. And so what happens next? Because now, a little bit later on, that's when the ambulance shows up.
Right. So when the ambulance arrives, it actually comes through near the end zone at the gate, and then it comes up to the 50-yard line directly in front of the tent. You can see Austin Metcalf is right here. But then when they pull up close to the tent, they realize that they can't get the stretcher to him because of the barrier of the bleachers. So at that point, then the paramedics have to get out, and then they have to walk all the way back to the end zone. This is actually, yeah, in the next slide. They have to go all the way back to the end zone and then come all the way back. That takes another couple of minutes. So at this point, they've arrived and they are actively working on Metcalf at that point.
And yeah, we are meant to analyze the video by listening to third-party explanations and narrations of what actually took place on that day, as opposed to just watching the video ourselves and judging the situation from our individual perspectives. By the way, guys, Karmelo Anthony, who was just 17 years old as at the time of this unfortunate incident, is now 18. He was tried as an adult back in April following Texas law, which considers 17-year-old people as adults, and currently he has been indicted with first-degree murder. Okay, if he is convicted of this offense, he would be looking at 5 to 99 years of imprisonment. Actually, I like the fact that despite all the noise that we saw in the past few months following this incident, it didn't stop the justice system from carrying out their duties and interpreting the law. Okay, you know, so many people came out to make noise and cause unwanted chaos, especially from the supporters of Karmelo Anthony. There was a lot of ignorant comments, a lot of lies were fabricated, people were making racist and incendiary comments. Okay, so for a minute, I was worried that the judicial system might be forced to cower under the pressure, the intense pressure of the noise from ignorant people, and maybe make an incorrect decision. But I was happy to see the law prevailing in this situation. Due process is being observed, okay, and that makes me feel better. And I know that this is a very difficult time for the families of both parties, okay, maybe more difficult for the family of the deceased boy, because this family is never going to see their son ever again. Not even a verdict that declares Karmelo Anthony guilty will bring back Austin Metcalf to his family. Also, the family of the culprit is also experiencing great difficulties right now because they are very much aware that there is a very good chance, I would say a 90% chance, that their son might be going away to prison for a very, very long time. Now, there are those who think that Karmelo acted out of self-defense by stabbing another human being over a sitting space, and there are also other people like me who believe that he senselessly murdered another human being and that his life was not in danger during that particular altercation, and that he allowed himself to be used by the devil, and that he deserves to be put away in jail for a very long time. But hey, we are all entitled to our own opinions and analysis, but the good news is that we have the law, a set of principles and rules which points out how things should be done. And the court is the only body that can interpret this law correctly and apply the necessary actions where needed. So yeah, let's allow the court to run its course and let's see what happens, okay? In the meantime, I urge them to release the footage of that incident to the public. It shouldn't be hidden. We deserve to see it for ourselves. Please, please, please release the video of the incident. This information shouldn't be censored at all. There should be full transparency here, especially regarding the circumstances surrounding this case, how this case can easily be racially manipulated. So yeah, I think that the video recording should be made public for us to see and analyze for ourselves. Actually, I should have made this video yesterday, but I couldn't because I had a lot to take care of. But I'm happy I finally brought it to your attention, okay? I will keep following this case closely and hopefully the court will reach an unbiased verdict and justice will be served. As always, guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.